Welcome back to Hardball. Liberal Democrats in Congress, some of them are concerned President Obama will abandon them tonight in search of the political center. They know his poll numbers have definitely spiked up recently, along with the perception he's more of a centrist than people, well, said he was. Joining me right now is Democratic Congressman Steve Israel of New York, who chairs the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, a fine organization. I once worked for it. Let me ask you, Congressman, about this. Now, your job, just to let everybody know what it is to rebuild the majority, to find a way back to 218 plus so that Nancy Pelosi can be Speaker again, or somebody can, in your party. What's the smart move for the president tonight if he wants to begin that quest?
Well, the smart move is to do exactly what the president's going to do. He is going to galvanize Democrats and talk about the need to strengthen America's position in a global economy, to out-innovate, to out-educate, to out-build the rest of the world. And that's a position that Democrats are absolutely united with. Now, the other deal is, for those Democrats who are maybe concerned about the president's message, just listen to Congressman Ryan's response to the State of the Union or to Michelle Bachmann's response.
Oh, God, you can't listen to Michelle Bachmann. You're asking too much. You're asking too much.
That's right.
You might end up knowing less about American history when you're done than when you start with her. She thinks slavery, by the way, went away in the Federalist period back in Washington's day. She never took one of those bus trips in high school to Mount Vernon and saw the slave quarters. She never saw. Let me ask you about back to the serious world. What do you think the fight between the president and Paul Ryan? Now, we know Paul Ryan is respected by the president as an adversary. Is there going to be any common ground out there on the floor besides the hand-holding between the couple sitting out there on the floor? Will there be any common politics out there tonight?
Look, tonight Democrats and Republicans may be sitting together, but what really counts is what we stand for. And tomorrow, Democrats will be the ones who are standing against privatizing Social Security, something that Paul Ryan wants to do, against forcing seniors off Medicare and onto vouchers, and against raising taxes on middle-class families. Those are issues that really, that's the contrast between Democrats and Republicans.
Let me ask you to do something that's going to bother people if you answer it the wrong way, which that's why I always ask these questions.
That's why I love coming on your show.
Are there some people who have safe seats, who don't face general elections? Anthony Weiner, the people from the Bay Area in San Francisco, I know them well. I like a lot of them, but they don't know what a general election looks like. You've got to win general elections. Does the president have to think more about people who have to face general elections in your party than people from safe seats?
Well, I respectfully reject your premise.
I know you would.
This year, everybody understood what a general election was. I don't care how safe your district was, including Anthony Weiner. It was a tough deal this year. My job as the chairman of the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee is to focus on one thing: the drive to 25. We got to win 25 seats to take this back, and we've got a plan to do it and a path to do it.
Knowing what you know of the president's speech, once more, it looks like he's going to do some what he calls smart spending. He's going to do things like education, R&D, infrastructure. I love all that stuff because I think it does spell economic development down the road. Yeah. He's also going to cut some stuff apparently to keep the people, well, to do what he thinks has to be done in the long term. Will that balance sell with your party left?
Well, look, we've got to live within our means. Everybody understands that. But what really matters is how you prioritize within those means. And one of the things that I think we should all be excited about in this speech is the president's going to redefine this as a Sputnik moment. In 1957, the Soviets beat us to outer space. We had a Sputnik moment. Then what did we do? We out-educated. We out-built. We out-engineered the rest of the world. The president's going to say, this is a Sputnik moment. We've got to do the same thing. And all Democrats can get behind that message.
Steve, I don't know you. I'm going to call you Steve because this is a personal message. Don't forget those districts you lost. The people in those districts like Bucks County and up around Scranton, they would like to have an option next time, too. So don't just, those are the people you got to talk to. That's the American, that's the fighting zone right there. If you don't get those back, there ain't ever going to be a Democratic Congress. Thank you, sir.
We may have to have you come to an XDCCC meeting.
I'm not allowed to, but I can speak openly on television about what I think the smart move would be. Thank you, Congressman Steve Israel of New York, the chairman of the DCCC. Join me right now as MSNBC.